Hey, what's going on, guys? 118 Set Shadow here. The April tournament promos are now available on TCG Player, so I wanted to go over those as well as a few other things that I've been seeing happening these days. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to cover is the order Wishing Your Happiness, which is Lutetia support. Currently, this one is available for $20.75 for the base price. If you want the foil version, it's $43.49, which overall this is kind of in line with what I expected. Lutetia is it's one of the more popular units for Lyrical Monasterio in general. Where it can go from here, we'll see. It'll take a little while before we actually get to see a lot more quantities on the market. To that same point, I do also want to cover the triple rare of One Night Witch Strega, which is the order cycler for Lyrical Monasterio. This has been going in and out of the $18 range, and we're currently looking at least $23.21 for the base price. They've been selling for at least $23 recently and pretty consistently, and the market price is around $22.36 at this point. So just keep in mind, as Lutetia gets more support, I can definitely see this card see more value, and there's another deck that I'm going to be covering that could also see some more play of this card. This one came as a bit of a surprise for me. Everspring Hunter Emeralds. I figured that this card would be somewhat valuable given that it's Roroa's support card, but it turns out market price wise, it's the most expensive of the promos right now. The foil is $31, both base listing and market price, and the regular one is $24.74 with a market price of $23.35. Not many listings on this one right now either. It is one of the more popular ones to pick up, and Roroa is also one of my favorite of the glitters on top of that. Then you've got Knight of Evil / Mayrig, which is the Thegrea support card. And this is the one that I thought was going to be the most expensive. Started out a lot cheaper than I thought. Market price on the regular one is $14.82, but the only listing available right now is $25. The foil is out of stock with a market price of $23.20. We take a look at history on the foil. This one has been selling for $23 and $25 recently. So it's living it up, but we'll see where prices end up going. Considering this one doesn't have many quantities, I feel it can go up, at least in the interim. Here's the main card I want to talk about today, Prescription Angel, which this card got bought out where you can see the market prices are all changed, except for the foil, which is almost $2. Current listings available are around $10 right now, and the foil is currently out of stock. While we have 3 variants of this card, I should also note that Japan has one variant that is currently sold out at, if you take a look at Big Magic, 500 yen sold out. That's less than $5 if you convert it over here. Yuyute is also sold out, but at almost 2,500 yen, which is almost the equivalent of about $21 over here. Now, personally, I feel like this hype is overblown, although Japan seems to have really bought into it. The reason that this card got bought out to this rate is because this card has the ability to call a card from your damage zone as a guardian, and one of the new Time Divine card that was introduced in the anime some time back has a special effect that wasn't revealed during the anime that works with this. It's effectively a second perfect guard for Cater Sanctuary as long as your Vanguard is a Divine Destined card. So basically, as long as what was her name? Lila, I think? If she's put into the Guardian Circle and your Vanguard is a Fated one, she is a perfect guard. So this allows you to run 8 perfect guards in the deck by playing the grade 3 as well as your regular perfect guard. So this now has double the chance to be able to call a perfect guard from your damage zone, which is why the price increased. I can understand the price increase. I can't understand why it increased this much, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of play of this, given that you still have to chance getting it into the damage zone. There's no guaranteed way, as far as I know, to get any of the cards to your damage zone to use with this card. So that's the reason why I don't think it should be as worth as much. But if I'm wrong about that, feel free to comment about it, because I just don't see why it rose that high. Steam Performer Togue is the next card. This is Luke Gear support. And right now the foil is cheaper than the regular one. $14 base for the regular, $12.79 for the foil. And the market prices are $8.56 for the regular, $10.49 for the foil. So if you want this card, well, currently it's cheaper for the foil, so might as well pick that up. Then our next big promo is the Lunar New Year of the Dragon. It's Tomari Seto's Overtrigger, which is the regular Overtrigger that gives 2 units 100 million K. So, or 100 million, so yeah, just keep in mind that this is now available on TCG Player after being 2 months late. $209 is the base price on it, with a market price of $563, but there are lots of quantities available in the $2 range, so it's an easy pickup at this point. With Shaman King Flowers, I forgot that this had been on air for some time now. I wanted to go through a few of the Shaman King cards and see where they're at. First one is Kyoyama Ana, who is Yo's wife. And this card has 10 listings available and has been selling sporadically for about $9 to $10. Available listings are around $9, $10, and then they start to go up higher. So just keep in mind, with Shaman King having a collaboration with Cardfight Vanguard, there's the possibility that Flowers might get a collaboration that could see some crossover. We'll see what happens in the future. There are also 2 different perfect cards that you can pick up for Shaman King. One is Art of Direction, the Shamanic Oracle, and that's selling for $5 to almost $7. The Deploying Defense Yo Asakura version, I mean, both of them are basically the same perfect card, but they sell for just about the same rates. So not much to say on that front, just wanted to see where these were at. Raidal Gayer, this isn't exclusive to set 7, but it's a rare. And I noticed that some players have been buying this a bit. So looking at price right now, the market price has been rising since January and is now 71 cents. It's been selling for over $1 recently, and most listings are $1.50. There are a few that are still underneath $1 as well if you need to pick this card up, but just keep in mind that it is moving upward. Clear Shimmer Aura, I covered this one a little while back, but the price has been staying consistently high that I want to cover it again. Right now, the cheapest version on the market is the 2023 reprint at $30. The original double rare is now $40 base, and the FR is currently a base of $42. So, yeah, and we take a look at anything to do with shipping rates here. Nothing special there. So the original double rare is really close to the FR at this point, while the special reprint is still back on the $30, like the $20-$30 range. Not much else I can say. All I can say is that this card got really expensive. Keep an eye on some of your rares from set 3 Lyrical. Flower Cannonball is $450 base right now, and a market price of $312. Michu is getting new support later in the year, so just keep that in mind. It's available for $451 plus right now, and the overall number of listings is now 7. So it is starting to run out if you need to pick this card up. Then you've got Valshblon, the cycler for Lyrical Monasterio, which desperately needs a reprint right now. $70 for the triple rare and $138 if you want to pick up the FFR. Ultimately, we do have a few reprints for some of the cyclers thanks to the BSF promo pack, but Valshblon is not among them, and because it was from the festival collection, it's much harder to pick up than any of the other cyclers right now, which is why its price is just so high. Idios Faro, which is the blue Overtrigger from the same set, $63.99 base price and a market price of $61.68. It's been selling more recently for $55 to $57, and I will note this is getting reprinted in Divine Set 1. So if you can wait till after the BSF or the last part of the BSF, you might as well wait for the Divine set to pick this up, because Divine Z will be legal for the time that Chicago gets their BSF, which is around the end of the whole season. Looking at some triple drive reprints, I want to compare prices between the new triple rares and the originals. First one I'm going to cover is Performing Petal Diantha from set 6, where the set 6 version has a base price of $10.21. The triple drive reprint is $5.10, so significantly cheaper there. Atrocious Moth Girl Maple from set 5 is $15 versus its triple drive reprint, which is currently $10.16. Then you've got Revel Form Tempest, where this comes out of set 7, price is $7.95, and then the triple drive reprint is currently a base of $5.38. I also note it's just really weird seeing how far down this card dropped, given that this card used to be $50 to $70, and now the FFR is a base of $90. That was a huge drop-off in value. Trick and Treat, I want to cover this one as well, because I've been seeing a lot of players talk about Fennel these days. Currently, the card is 5 cents minimum. Market price is currently 27 cents. There are 2 artworks of this card, but it's the same card, so you can pick up either artwork, and you can play up to 16 copies of this card in the deck. Fennel herself, the triple rare of this card is currently about $1 and higher. Market price is $1.14. Lowest listing shown is 48 cents, but most listings are in the dollar range. Again, given that Fennel is seeing a little more play than usual, I just want to point that out, given that it's as cheap as it is right now, but there is the chance that it could go up. Zedlons, which is the new Dragon Empire Smithy ride line from Triple Drive, is currently $8 for its grade 3. 21 listings overall, but it's been selling consistently at the $8 mark. It used to be as low as $2, and yeah, it's just spiked up since then and hasn't looked back. I don't know how I feel about this one. After playing the deck myself, I just don't see it holding this value, but we'll see where it goes in the future. It is a cool mechanic, I will at least give it that. Iron Knight Hadid, which is also part of the whole Zedlon deck, it's a rare from Triple Drive, but it's $2.73 base and mostly around the $3 mark, which is pretty insane for just a rare. It is a countercharger, so it may have some premium application if you play Zedlons in premium, but I don't think players are looking at that. I'm not sure. I don't know what premium players have been cooking up these days. Could be interesting to see. And our last card for today is Griffo Gila. I just want to see where it's at, and it is not up there anymore. The original is $2.38 base with a $4 market price, and the FFR is currently $16 base, market price $31.43. Vartex, which is the upgrade of it, $1 right now, and $9 base if you want to pick up the FFR. And the DSR of the original Griffo Gila is currently $45, a far cry from its market price of $73. Unfortunately, Griffo Gila was just a cool concept that never took off and just doesn't have the competitive value to stay relevant. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Griffo Gila will get some more support down the line. I would at least hope so. It's a cool concept, a cool deck, and I really would like to see it with more play and more versatility. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.